Welcome to Fenway Park and welcome to Jackie Robinson Day. Today is the 10th annual Jackie Robinson Day on the 66th anniversary of his first Major League game at Ebbets Field back on April 15, 1947. Played first base for the Brooklyn Dodgers. The life of Jackie Robinson celebrated here at Fenway Park and across Major League Baseball. We play Game 3 of the series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Morning Baseball from Fenway Park. Of course, also Patriots Day, and still buzzing about yesterday's possible no-hitter for Clay Buchholz, but also there was some very good offense, and Dustin Pedroia at the head of that list.
Well, he's really clicking on all cylinders right now down here early in the season. Yesterday, 3 hits in the ball game for Pedroia, and he's doing it on both ends, the offense and the defense. We take a look at a couple of at-bats from the ball game yesterday, taking the ball to the opposite field and then pulling one later on in the ball game. And defensively, a nice play. Stephen Drew knocking a ball down. Pedroia hustling to get at it and get to keep that no-hitter alive in about the middle part of the ball game right there, and a throw to first base to get it out. So, you know, he's just playing the way that he always plays, and he is such an inspiration for everybody on that ball club. Pedroia right now off to a great start for this ball club and doing it, as I mentioned, both offensively and defensively for the Boston Red Sox.
Well, today the Red Sox are trying to make it a clean sweep of these Tampa Bay Rays, and Ryan Dempster will be on the mound for the Red Sox. And, of course, everybody will be at number 42. All players and on-field personnel wearing the number 42. We're back at Fenway Park after this. Hyundai, Dunkin' Donuts, Mercedes-Benz, and by Southwest Airlines. Well, Jackie Robinson Day at Fenway Park. We play morning baseball from Fenway, an 11 a.m. start as the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays get ready for action today. Let's check out the visiting Rays batting order. It's brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. As Desmond Jennings leads it off in center field, it is Ben Zobrist in right batting second, Evan Longoria at third base, with Matt Joyce in left field in the cleanup spot. Ryan Roberts is at second base. James Loney, the former Red Sox first baseman, batting sixth. Yanel Escobar is at shortstop with Jose Lobaton doing the catching, batting eighth. And Kelly Johnson, the DH today, bats out of the number 9 spot for the Tampa Bay Rays. Ryan Dempster on the mound for the Red Sox, his third start of the season, 0-1. A rain-shortened outing for him last time out, as he is 0-1 so far on the year, his third start. And starting pitcher brought to you by Verizon Fios.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They have made 2 errors in 11 games. It'll be Will Middlebrooks at third base, Stephen Drew, the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, Mike Napoli, the first baseman, left to right, Jackie Bradley Jr., Jacoby Ellsbury and Shane Victorino, and Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Ryan Dempster.
Well, Desmond Jennings leading it off here for the Rays. Red Sox trying to make it a clean sweep of Tampa Bay in this series. A rain-shortened series. And Dempster's first pitch is going to miss high for ball one, and we are underway. Desmond Jennings leading off every day and playing center field for the Rays. In the absence of B.J. Upton, who now calls Atlanta home. Now Ryan Dempster, 0-1 coming in. And the rain delay last time was pitching very well in that outing, and pitched fairly well in his first outing at New York, going 5 innings, giving up 3 runs in his Red Sox debut. A lot of strikeouts, too, for Dempster in the early going, as he had 8 in his first outing in 5 innings and 7 last time out. He's been striking people out. Ahead here, 1-2. And Jennings strikes out. Speaking of strikeouts, nice way to start the day for Ryan Dempster. Let's send it down to Jenny.
Well, Don, you mentioned it's Jackie Robinson Day here at Fenway Park, and I spoke to Jackie Bradley Jr. before the game, and he said today is personally significant for him. He said to be able to show honor and thanks for Jackie Robinson is huge. He's always wanted to wear the number 42, and he's looking forward to doing it today. And that brings us to our AT&T Twitter question of the day. Today, we honor Jackie Robinson for breaking the baseball color barrier, but what other sporting memories do you feel have had a profound impact both in sports and society? Send us your tweets at #SportsMoments, and we'll reveal the best ones later in the game.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. As I mentioned off the top, Jackie Robinson, 66th anniversary of his first major league game back in 1947 for the Brooklyn Dodgers, and Red Sox will wear the number 42 today and tomorrow because the Cleveland Indians are off today, so they'll be celebrating Jackie Robinson Day tomorrow at Progressive Field in Cleveland, where the Red Sox will open up a 3-game series. This one sent foul by Ben Zobrist down the first base line.
And the Rays will also be wearing 42. The Orioles are off today, so they play Baltimore in their next series.
Now they're headed to Baltimore after the game today. Red Sox heading to Cleveland. One-two pitch from Dempster. And bounce in, 2-2. We saw the glove motion from Dempster when he was a member of the Cubs last year and the Rangers. A little different in his delivery.
He's got that wiggle, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Wiggles that glove all over the place. Hard to predict whether he's going to throw a fastball, split, slider.
Dana DeMuth, the home plate umpire, the crew chief today. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the day for Ryan Dempster. 2 down.
Looked like it might have been a cut fastball or slider from Dempster that time to pick up his second strikeouts. You know, Don, you were talking about the strikeouts, and John Farrell said, I wouldn't mind seeing a little more contact, especially ground balls, to get him deeper in the ball game. But these strikeouts have come on very few pitches here in the first inning.
Strike over the outside corner to Evan Longoria. And Ryan Dempster tweeting this out earlier. Honored to wear the number 42 today. Thank you, Jackie Robinson. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2.
Jackie Robinson Day, just the tip of festivities here in Boston today.
Also. 0-2 pitch. Ball on the ground to third base. Middlebrooks at deep third. Slings it to first, and it's dug out by Napoli at first base. Dempster with a couple of Ks. Enjoys a 1-2-3 first inning. Red Sox coming up. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Well, this would be the first, Jerry. We have to write a sick note for these guys. We could do it.
We could do it, and Don would be happy to pick up your salary for tomorrow, too, on top of that.
Yeah, they're not feeling well. They don't look well. As we get ready for the bottom of the first inning, the Red Sox batting order brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off at center field. Shane Victorino in right with Pedroia at second base. Napoli at first. Saltalamacchia doing the catching with Middlebrooks at third base. Drew is at short with Gomes at DH, and Bradley Jr. in left field. Bats ninth for the Red Sox. As on the mound today for the Rays, Jeremy Hellickson makes his third start of the year, 0-1. With a 6.35 earned run average. Opponent's hitting at 289. He's walked more than he has struck out so far in the season. Ellsbury is showing bunt and taking a pitch inside for ball one.
And we saw a good changeup yesterday from Alex Cobb. We'll see the same thing today from Hellickson. He also has a very good changeup.
Generally works very deliberately. 25-year-old making his third start of the year. And falls behind Ellsbury 2-0. He has allowed as many home runs as he has strikeouts so far this season. Allowed 3 home runs. That's a strike over the outside corner, and has Ellsbury looking back at Dana Demuth. Shane Victorino waiting on deck. Red Sox batting in the bottom of the first inning. Three and one. Well, Hellickson in his season debut against Baltimore allowed 5 runs, but did not factor in the decision. An 8-7 win. Matt Joyce had a walk-off home run in the 9th inning for the Rays in the first outing of the year for Hellickson. 3-1 is strike 2.
So far, 5 fastballs from Hellickson to start off this game against Ellsbury.
Protects the plate and fouls it off down the left field line. And Jeremy Hellickson, 2012 Gold Glove Award winner. From winning the Rookie of the Year in 2011. 3-2. Another foul to the screen.
Good first at bat here by Ellsbury, seeing a lot of pitches, 7 total up to this point.
Jim Hickey, the pitching coach for the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Rays so far with a 4.48 earned run average. That is good for 10th in the American League, and by season's end likely will be much higher than that. A good pitching staff overall for the Rays. Again, the 3-2, and this is in the air to center field. Desmond Jennings going back to the track and can't catch it. Runs into the wall. Ellsbury at second base will head for third. Throw from center field is going to be not in time, and a triple to get it started for Jacoby Ellsbury.
Now Jacoby making that decision on his own. He saw the ball fly over the head of Desmond Jennings and was watching it all the way, and he decided when he got to second base that he was going to be able to make third without a problem. Nice effort by Jennings in center field. Ball hit too hard. There's Ellsbury taking a peek. Does not have help from the third base coach. Doesn't need it, and gets the leadoff triple.
Well, quite an at-bat right there for Jacoby Ellsbury. Stands at third base to get it started here in the bottom of the first inning, and here is Shane Victorino. 15 for 44 in his Red Sox career at .341. And that one almost hit him, but he bunts it down the first baseline. Foul. That was right at him. And somehow able to make contact with the bat on the bunt bid.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go. He was just spinning around, looked like he was faking a bunt. And the ball just came right into his kitchen, really. And it's a good thing he got the bat there. It would have hit him right in the stomach.
This bounces in, and Ellsbury back to the bag at third, blocked by Lobaton.
Lobaton blocking the breaking ball that kind of comes back toward him and not far enough away for him to Ellsbury to score.
Lefty's hit at .417 against Jeremy Hellickson so far, as Ellsbury with a triple. Now Victorino with a count of 1-1. And a check swing foul. Look out. That one drilled into the seats. Ellsbury at third. Victorino down in the count, 1-2. And a ground ball right side. Ryan Roberts, one play, it's at first, and he makes it, but in the back door comes Jacoby Ellsbury to put the Red Sox on top, 1-0. Victorino getting it to the right side, and Ellsbury scoring the game's first run.
Once again, Victorino doing the small things. You got the man at third base, infield back this early in the ball game. Just make contact, make it on the ground, and you got yourself a run. 7th RBI of the season for Victorino.
So one down, base is empty. Back to the full line goes Hellickson, and Dustin Pedroia stands in. And Pedroia takes strike one over the outside corner. A 3-for-4 day yesterday in game 2 of the series. He is the only player for the Red Sox who's reached base safely in each of the Red Sox first 11 games. Foul off to the right, out of play. Well, the quote of the day is brought to you by Geico. It comes from the man affected so many others, and whom we recognize today from number 42, Jackie Robinson. Life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. One and two now to Dustin Pedroia. Happy the recognition for Jackie is growing. Still don't think the courage of this man is fully understood. The tweet from Joe Madden before the game on this Jackie Robinson day.
There's the changeup from Hellickson. First one he's featured so far in this game today. Missing down and out of the strike zone.
This one fouled back, and it hangs at 2-2.
Good long at bats by the Red Sox here in the first inning. 17 pitches already for Hellickson and only one out in the inning.
Eight for Ellsbury, 4 for Victorino, and this will be the 6th pitch coming to Pedroia. They're making Hellickson work here right out of the gate today. 2-2. On the ground to third base, Longoria gobbles it up. Low throw, but it's dug out by Loney for the second out of the inning.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense. They've only made 4 errors in their 11 games. Evan Longoria at third base, Yunel Escobar the shortstop. Ryan Roberts at second, and James Loney the first baseman left to right. Matt Joyce, Desmond Jennings, and Ben Zobrist, and Jose Lobaton doing the catching for Hellickson.
So 2 down, bases empty, and Mike Napoli coming up here. Napoli 217, 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. Had a big double yesterday to the triangle area, back by the 420 marker, and has started to find his timing at the plate over the last 6 games. He's had 7 runs batted in and hit at .304. Is in there for strike 1-1. Jerry, you were talking about Mike Napoli before the game. You think he may benefit from the return of David Ortiz?
I think the whole Red Sox lineup's going to benefit, obviously, from the return of Ortiz, and the combination of a little warmer weather, and I think you're going to see a very good offense here for the Red Sox.
This one popped up foul. It'll get back and out of play.
Well, Mike Napoli now is doing just what John Farrell talked about a couple of days ago, saying he's using more of the gaps now, for his power. And early in the season, it seemed like he was pulling off the ball, trying to pull everything. But now, finding those gaps in right center, left center, and looks a little bit more like Napoli now than the beginning of the season, what we saw with the Texas Rangers.
Swing and a miss. Napoli strikes out. First K for Hellickson, but the Red Sox grab a run and have a one-run lead after one. To the top half of the second inning, and Shane Victorino also tweeting out his thoughts today. Thank you to Jackie Robinson for making the sport what it is today. Honored to wear the number 42 today, as all the Red Sox and Rays are today, and again will tomorrow as well in Cleveland with the Indians off today. And we play along to the second inning as Matt Joyce, Ryan Roberts, and James Loney to come to bat here in the second inning. Red Sox right into the shift here with Joyce coming up, and it is Dustin Pedroia in short right field. Bunt bid with a shift on. Middlebrooks barehanded will stumble and get the throw off, but not going to be close as Joyce able to beat it out. It's been a tough start to the year for Joyce. Just 4 for 30, and he bunts his way on this time.
That's one way to defeat the shift. You can see where Middlebrooks is at shortstop. He does come charging in, but I mean, even a bad bunt in that direction is going to be a base hit. All Joyce is doing is trying to get it down on the ground on that side of the infield, and he's got himself a base hit. It was Stephen Drew, that fielded that ball, the shortstop. Not Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks was in the shift.
Middlebrooks on the right side of the infield with Pedroia in short right, and Matt Joyce at first to begin things here in the second inning. First base runner for the Rays today, and Ryan Roberts the batter. And there for strike one over the outside corner. 32-year-old, 278 start to his season. Eighth major league season for Ryan Roberts. Swing and a miss, and a snap throw to first, but back to the bag is Joyce.
Saltalamacchia trying to catch Joyce in a big secondary lead. The throw to first base, but not in time, as Joyce able to dive back safely.
Nice play by Saltalamacchia to the backhand that time. Almost got away.
That ball just took off on Dempster, and Saltalamacchia had to make a nice backhanded play, reaching completely across his body to keep Joyce at first base. Hey, we're going to do SAP this morning?
You know, I know you were looking forward to that because it's your only chance to speak in Spanish during the morning.
Right.
And we haven't done it yet. No. Well, I don't have the. Well, now I do. Today's game is available in Spanish by pushing the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenos dias, amigos.
The 1-2 is grounded foul, and it hangs at 1-2. Ryan Roberts, of course, coming over to the Tampa Bay Rays in July last year when Evan Longoria was on the DL, and then started 51 of 65 games after joining the Rays. Coming over from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Swing and a miss, and Dempster picks up his third K of the day. One down. Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, all baseball players and especially starting pitchers have such a routine coming into each game. And I spoke to Ryan Dempster and asked him how his routine would change. And he said, well, this is absolutely the earliest game I've ever pitched in, besides maybe a spring training game here and there. He said, I'm not superstitious, though. My routine's not going to change. I just might need to get my coffee a little bit earlier.
49 career wins in day games, but this is a little earlier in the day than most are used to, and this has really got to be very different for a player and a pitcher for that matter, Jerry. I mean, you're so used to so many night games for the most part. Day games are one thing, but how about late morning games?
Yeah, exactly right, Don. You know, baseball players are accustomed to playing at night, and their schedule is really like second shift. You know, you come into the ballpark around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you leave at 11:30 at night, and you sleep late in the morning, and you know, you're not used to playing these 11 o'clock games. Day games are always tough on players, but especially 11 in the morning. Neither team's batting practice today was just come to the ballpark, stretch, get that uniform on, go out and play.
Well, the Rays here for the wraparound series to Monday, and of course Friday night's game postponed here, so reduced from a 4-game series down to 3. They'll play a day-night doubleheader on June 18th. The key matchup brought to you by Honda. James Loney, 2 for 16 in his career against Dempster. Of course, the Red Sox last year facing Dempster both as a Cub and as a Ranger, as he got traded last year. And Loney, a member of the Red Sox after the Dodgers trade. Runner goes, and it's fouled off at the dish by Loney. Two-one is chopped to Pedroia. He'll go to second for one, on to first, double play. With room to spare, inning and a half done from the Fens. It's Patriots Day, and it's 1-0 Red Sox. And tonight the Bees face off against the Ottawa Senators in the first of 5 home games left on Garden Ice. NESN's pregame coverage begins at 6:30. Then Jack, Rick, and Naka bring you all the action. Bruins and Senators tonight live on NESN. Bruins can clinch a playoff spot tonight. Wow. It's a good looking Rem dog.
Sure is, and it is better looking to me. There's no question about that. What kind of dog that is. Have any idea, Don?
No.
I don't either.
There is Jared Saltalamacchia to lead it off. This one, rip foul. Well, fans yesterday had the chance to see us without makeup for the first time. That dog definitely is better looking. Saltalamacchia 250 with a home run, 3 runs batted in. Will be followed by Middlebrooks and Drew here in the bottom of the second inning. Rays in the shift on the right side. Salty said today before the game that he felt a little nervous as the game was going along. He has not caught a no-hitter in the major leagues. He caught a 7-inning no-hitter in the minor leagues. Appeared to punch at that and foul tipped it.
I'm trying to do the same thing that the Rays were doing. They have the shift on, trying to drop one down that third base line and that wide open area down there, but no contact by Saltalamacchia. Just got the tip of the baseball.
Well, everything else in the American League tonight is tonight, not today. No day baseball in the American League. And everything tonight in the National League as well. Morning baseball from Fenway Park. 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss struck him out. Well, Hellickson closed the first, striking out Napoli, opens the second by striking out Saltalamacchia.
He got Napoli on a changeup to end the first inning. This is a fastball away from Saltalamacchia to pick up the strikeout to start off the second inning. So Hellickson looks like he's starting to settle in a little bit after a shaky start.
One out for Will Middlebrooks. .233 average on the year for Middlebrooks. Fly ball to right field. Zobrist over to his right to make the catch for the second out.
All right, Red Sox Nation, do you have a unique story to tell about why you were at Fenway Park this summer? If so, we want to hear it. Go to NESN.com/stories and let us know what brings you to Fenway Park. If you're selected, we'll interview you during a select future home game. And Don and Jerry, I have my first fan story coming up soon.
All right, we're looking forward to that. 2 down in the second inning. 5 in a row retired by Hellickson. Here's Stephen Drew. He started his Red Sox career 1 for his first 13 as he takes strike 1. He started at shortstop in each of the last 5 Red Sox games since coming off the 7-day concussion DL on Wednesday. Signed the 1-year deal the day after Christmas, December 26th of this past offseason. One-two from Hellickson. Grounded foul by the on-deck circle. Johnny Gomes waits. And Johnny's going to make a happy fan. One-two again to Drew. That's outside. 2-2. Very comfortable conditions here at Fenway Park. Lots of blue sky. There are some clouds, but plenty of sunshine to begin this afternoon and morning, I should say. For another 20 minutes or so. Did he go? They check at third. No, he did not.
Tries to get Drew with the breaking ball, and very close that time, but apparently no swing by Drew.
Strike three call. Drew knew it. Takes with him the third K for Hellickson. A 1-2-3 inning. They mentioned Denny Dell. Stories from Fenway when we come back. Red Sox have a 1-0 lead, and it's the bottom third of the Tampa Bay order to bat here in the third inning. Ryan Dempster back on the mound, giving up one hit through the first two, and has 3 strikeouts. Cionel Escobar, Jose Lobaton, and Kelly Johnson to bat here in the third inning. It's been a very slow start for Escobar in a Tampa Bay Rays uniform, of course, in Toronto the last couple of years, and Atlanta before that. Escobar off to a 105 start with his new team, and has struck out 11 of his 38 at bats on the season, 28%. .30-year-old who has a .280 career batting average. On the ground towards short. Drew is deep. Rounds behind it on the run. Throws in time to get Escobar for the first out of the inning. Well, so far so good. 4 ground ball outs for Dempster. He's got a 3 strikeout game so far, and appears to be in control right now, or in the early portion of his outing today. Jose Lobaton, a .231 hitter, and doing the catching today. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike one. Now for Dempster, last faced Tampa Bay in 2008 while with the Chicago Cubs. 7 other starts against the Rays coming in 2003 or earlier. So it has been a while. That last outing in 08 was at Tropicana Field. Did not factor in the decision. Gave up a run in 5 innings. Swing and a miss for Lobaton. There's even the count now at 2-2.
A lot of sliders, a lot of cut fastballs early in the game here from Dempster.
Just outside. Full count now. He's not walked anybody in 2 1/3 innings so far today.
That's the last time Dempster worked. He went 5 innings in the ball game, but then the rain came.
Swing and a miss. Picks up strikeout number 4. Let's go to Jenny with our first NESN fan story.
Andrew and Tate is here. Now we have a special story of how Tate became a Red Sox fan, so could you share that with us?
Yeah, definitely. She was born on Patriots Day. We were living out in Seattle at the time. And the Red Sox and the Mariners were playing. My wife is a Mariners fan, and we left it up to chance as to who she would root for. And Mark Loretta hit a walk-off home run with Euclid on base to win the game. So that's how she became a Red Sox fan.
Pretty special. Now it's going to be your 7th birthday coming up on Wednesday, which is Patriots Day back in 2006. And you said this is the 3rd Patriots Day that you've come here to Fenway Park. You brought Tate. What's that experience like being here on Patriots Day with your little girl?
You know, it's for us, it's a great time to just be together, father-daughter bonding kind of a deal, and being around the city, and obviously she's a big fan, and so it's been a great time for us. And I had promised her that we would do her a game every year, and it just happened. I was like, you know what, we're going to do a Patriots Day game, and it just kind of became a tradition from there.
Pretty special tradition. And Tate, I know you said you have one favorite player and you have a nickname for him. Can you tell me what it is?
Dustin Pedroia.
And what do you call him? Pedroia the Destroyer. She's got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, well, our fan story of the day. And there is strike 3 to Kelly Johnson. Back-to-back Ks for Dempster. He's got 5 in all. 2.5 done. 1-0 Red Sox. KM Fenway Franks are 2 for 1 all April long, thanks to KM and Aramark. With many more home games to choose from this month, there's a game for everyone. Visit redsox.com/tickets to choose your game today. Well, it's the last half of the 3rd inning at Fenway Park. Good time for Fenway Frank as Red Sox enjoy a 1-0 advantage.
Now, we felt, Don, that the story that Jenny had from the father and daughter, we figured We might as well give them hot dogs enjoying the game here at Fenway today.
I was going to ask you for one, actually, because I'm kind of hungry.
Are you hungry?
Yes, I'm very hungry. I would like a hot dog, Rem dog. This is not my first game at Fenway, but I'd love a hot dog with some mustard.
Well, I think we can get that done.
That'd be great. You can talk to your people, whoever you
I'll
get.
talk to my people and see what we can get. What would you like on it? Just mustard?
Just mustard would be great.
Okay.
Yeah. It's getting to be lunchtime as we head to the bottom of the third inning. I didn't make a sign or anything, though. I know
that's okay. That's okay. If you want a hot dog with mustard on it, you'll get it.
I figured I could just tell you since we're sitting here.
Maybe somebody in the press room might have heard that. They'll bring one.
Wow. Johnny Gomes leading it off. The DH today for the Red Sox. 3 for 17 to begin the year. Gomes, Jackie Bradley Jr. and Jacoby Ellsbury to bat here in the home half of the third inning. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and Hellickson jumping ahead. He gave up a leadoff triple to Jacoby Ellsbury, but he has retired everybody since. That run did come in on a ground out by Shane Victorino. And now 6 in a row retired by Hellickson, 3 by way of the K. That'll skip in. Jackie Bradley Jr. waiting on deck. Swinging a foul to the screen.
Good swing there by Johnny Gomes on a pitch that was a little bit off the outside edge. And he's able to foul it off. A little bit too close to take in that situation with a couple of strikes.
Of course, Johnny Gomes, a former Tampa Bay Ray, on the 2008 team that went to the World Series and lost to the Philadelphia Phillies, but part of that turnaround for the Rays. He strikes out for the 4th strikeout for Hellickson. 1 down.
Back to the curveball from Hellickson right there to pick up the strikeout. So strikeouts on a changeup, a fastball, another fastball, and now the curveball to Gomes.
So 7 in a row now retired by Hellickson, and Jackie Bradley Jr. batting out of the number 9 spot for the Red Sox. A 107 major league average so far for Bradley Jr. And a pitch for a strike over the inside corner. It appears they are going to stay inside on Jackie Bradley Jr. Hellickson, a 10-game winner last year, was 10-11 in 31 starts. Year before, he was a 13-game winner in 2011, 13-10. Originally a 4th-round pick by the Rays. As I mentioned, the Rookie of the Year award in 2011. That year he won 13 games. Got a nifty 2.95 ERA.
Right back to the changeup away. Back-to-back changeups from Hellickson. See if he comes back inside with the fastball.
Swing and a miss. Strikes him out.
He does not. He stays with the changeup for the strikeout.
That's 5 strikeouts now for Hellickson.
Back-to-back changeups down and away from Bradley Jr. It's the 11th time that Bradley Jr. has struck out on the season.
Coming up tomorrow on Dennis and Callahan, DNC will break down all the Patriots Day action here in Boston, as well as talking about the Sox traveling to Cleveland to play against former manager Terry Francona. It all begins at 6 a.m. here on NESN, 93.7 WEIFM. Dennis and Callahan, most listened to morning show in New England. Jacoby Ellsbury tripled in the first inning, came around to score the game's lone run. Pop up, sending Longoria back, battling the sun as he drifts into foul ground to make the catch. That ends the inning. We are through 3 from Fenway on Patriots Day. 1-0 Boston. first, even your team first. Isn't it time someone put you first? Eastern Bank does just that with products like Eastern Free Checking. Here, you're first. Eastern Bank.
Wow.
Had to get that in quickly.
That was good.
That was on the fly, and now you're a TV expert. 1-0 Red Sox on top of Tampa Bay as we head to the fourth. The voice you just heard is the new honorary chairman of the Red Sox Foundation, our friend Tim Wakefield. And Wake, congratulations. That's quite an honor.
It is a huge honor for me, yeah. Just proud to be part of an organization, giving back to the community, obviously, that I lived in and the one that I played in, and being part of the foundation that had great success for the first decade, to be part of it, the second part of the start off a new decade and on a different foot.
And also announced by the Red Sox that you'll be a special instructor as well. And what is that going to entail for you? Do you know yet?
Well, I think most of it's going to be done with, Stephen Wright and then Charlie Hager, the other two knuckleballers down in the minor leagues, but also a second set of eyes for the organization, whether it be for Juan or some of the minor league pitching coaches that, may need, not that they need help, but it's nice to have a second pair of eyes that may see something that they don't see, or talk to other guys about the mental side of pitching.
Wake, we've talked many times about how active players today are in the community, and much so more than in the past. And you've seen that, I think, evolve over the years from when you were a young player to when you became a veteran player. See how the players get out there more now than they ever did in the past.
Well, absolutely, and I think the Red Sox Foundation really started that off when they did it 10 years ago. But as a young player coming into and seeing the relationship that the Red Sox have with the Jimmy Fund, and guys were involved in that, and different charities around New England. You walk in that clubhouse now, and I don't think there's a single guy that isn't involved in some way philanthropically in the community here.
And you are still involved with your school in Melbourne, yes, correct?
Yes, yeah. We just finished our 21st annual charity golf event down there, and been raising a lot of money for children with Down syndrome and other developmental delays. And now that autism has really kind of taken over the forefront of stuff, we're kind of experimenting or expanding our views into autism.
Well, I think looking back on a season that didn't have a lot of highlights last year, for me, one of the greatest highlights was Tim Wakefield Day here at the ballpark and seeing the Wakefield Warriors and everyone come out from center field. That was something.
They crushed me, and I wasn't expecting that. And you do work because you want to, and a lot of those guys in that clubhouse, a lot of stuff that they do off the field it goes unnoticed, and that's the way guys want it, and that's the way I wanted it too. You don't, and during Wakefield Day, you don't realize how many lives you really touch until you see them come out.
This is a blast to deep left field off the bat of Evan Longoria, and this game is tied up. Longoria's first home run of the year, his first extra base hit of the season, and it's a big one to tie this game at one aside.
Well, there are certain players that's only so long that you can keep them down, and Longoria, you knew sooner or later was going to connect, and he does here to tie this ball game at one. Looked like a fastball right there from Dempster that stays middle in, and Longoria takes it up over the monster seats for his first of the season.
So 2 down in the inning, and the game now tied. Matt Joyce is coming up. What are your thoughts on the Red Sox pitching so far this season, especially the starting pitching?
It's been outstanding. I'm very happy to see what's been going on with the up and down the rotation, as well as the bullpen. The bullpen is stacked. From a starting pitcher standpoint, if you can give the club 6 solid innings, you got so many resources down there to close the game out, and it's something that hasn't been seen around here in a long time. But the organization has done a great job of going and getting those arms out there. Uehara, Taz, Bailey, Hanrahan. I mean, you got a lot of options out there to try to win games.
Well, there's a Papa. Can you hang out with us another half inning?
Sure.
You got time?
Sure.
Well, Longoria has tied this game 1-1 with a home run at the end of 3.5. Park, the Tampa Bay Rays have tied the score 1-1 thanks to a home run by Evan Longoria. And we play on to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 2-3 and 4 anticipated for the Red Sox. Victorino, Pedroia, and Napoli expected in the inning. Victorino with an RBI ground out in the 1st inning, supplying the Red Sox first run. Great to have Tim Wakefield alongside with us as we head into this bottom of the 4th inning. We were talking about the Red Sox pitching, and Juan Nieves done a terrific job. But you have to think Lester and Buchholz, those guys who worked with John Farrell in the past, got to be glad to have him back again. Just another set of eyes.
There is, and it started with the connection that the core group of guys had with John Farrell when he got hired. It makes it more comfortable around here, and I think Juan used that as a platform to really connect with the whole pitching staff as a whole. The relationships that he's developed that I saw in spring training, he's a very mechanical type of guy, which I enjoy, because if you run into a problem, you want somebody to fix it as quick as possible, and Juan's that guy. And as well as the mental side of it, he's done a great job with this whole pitching staff, and it's shown on the field the way they've been pitching this year.
Yesterday we almost had a no-hitter again here at Fenway Park, and I mean, I still get nervous, when you get to about the 7th inning, and all of a sudden the guy's got a no-hitter going. And I mean, I remember playing behind guys who threw no-hitters, and you just get nervous out there. You just want to make sure you're in the right place, the right time. You don't want to make a mistake. That should have been a hit. And I'm sure you felt the same way watching.
Oh, absolutely. I was here for the 4 that Tech caught, and you always want to sit in the same spot. You don't want to jinx anything. You don't want to say anything to anybody. You don't want to even mention it, let alone screw up somebody's no-hitter. But Clay pitched unbelievable yesterday. He had all 4 of his pitches working well. He could throw it any pitch at any time in the count, and I think that's what helped him do what he did yesterday.
I think that's what's impressed me the most about him in the beginning of this season is the fact that, even when there is his counts, he's able to come up with the off-speed pitch, whether it be the curveball, the changeup, to get that count back even.
Yeah. That's a big thing to pitching. You don't want to get too deep in the count, and he's very comfortable throwing. When he leaves the bullpen, now he's got 2, 3, maybe 4 pitches that are working very, very well for him that he can go to as a go-to pitch to get back even in the count, and that's very important.
Some of his highlights from yesterday, and it was a very impressive day all the way around. 11 strikeouts in the game as well.
Yeah, and against a team that's the toughest to strike out in the American League, that's pretty impressive. That's saying something right there.
In the air to center field, Desmond Jennings is there for the first out of the inning, and Victorino is retired. How do you like this TV thing? You're doing very well.
Thank you. I enjoy it. It's not as easy as it looks, but it's easy to talk about things that you did for your whole life, and that's the most important thing. And to be able to shed a different aspect on it from my aspect, as well as Jim Rice and Dennis Eckersley, everybody that they have on the show over in NESN for the pre and post has done a great job and has experienced a lot of things that these guys have gone through or are going through now.
And 1 out in the inning. Dustin Pedroia, the batter.
So instead of sitting in the locker room saying, "What are those morons talking about?" now you're sitting in the green room.
I tell you what, though, is one thing that I knew that I would never forget is how hard this game really is to play. And the further you get removed from it, sometimes it happens, or you forget how hard the game really is. But that's one thing I told myself when I got into this business, is never be that guy that forgot how hard the game was to play. And it's something that
it's hard. Next year it'll be ripping guys left and right. This guy stinks.
It's easy for Jerry and I to talk about, but it's different on your side. The homer, you said, "Wow, I only got in the first row."
Still not over.
I'm still not over that.
Like 6 years ago. This was great. This was a great wake. Corey Hart hit a home run, and I swear to you, and I guess it's probably not true, but it looked like it was rising by that light tower up there on the way out.
We thought it was going to hit the Citgo side.
It was unbelievable, and I said, "Wow!" And that's because it was my natural reaction.
Must have been your first game.
Wake, let me clear it up. Wake gave it up, so it was Wake's home run, and I got down the next day in the clubhouse, and you're fish-eyeing me from across the clubhouse. I walked in, and it's a classic Wake, just looking at you the corner of the eye. I'm walking, you're following me from one end to the other, and finally I went over. I go, "What's up?" "Wow," he says. "Wow, huh?" And then he goes, "1 run." It was 1 run. That's it. That's all it was. But,
I'll give you that. It was a pretty good shot. But it was only 1 run.
It was only 1 run.
Yeah.
And I think you won.
I think I did.
Right side. Roberts will go to first for the out, and there are 2 outs in the inning. NESN's coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. You always put others first. Wouldn't it be nice if your bank did the same thing with products that make life easier and a commitment to helping those in need? Hear your first Eastern Bank. 2 down in the 4th inning, and Mike Napoli coming up. Tim Wakefield hanging out with us here in the booth for the 4th inning. And Tim, you mentioned the pitching coaches. They were going through here 3 or 4 in the last 3 or 4 years. That's got to be tough for a staff.
This is the 6th pitching coach in the last 9 or 10 years or something like that. But they got the right guy in the right position right now. Obviously the right manager is here. Last year I felt sorry for the guys because they had about 3 or 4 pitching coaches on the staff, and nobody knew really who to go to. Bob McClure was obviously the pitching coach. Then you had Randy Neiman. It's like, okay, who's giving advice here? And it's tough as a pitcher when you go to somebody for advice and you don't know really who's my pitching coach here. I need help. I'm struggling. Please, somebody help me. And I felt bad for the guys last year, but this year is totally different. You got Juan has done a tremendous job, like we talked about earlier, and having an ex-pitching coach as your manager is really a benefit.
Well, you picked the right year to retire because last year you would have been absolutely miserable.
I know you guys know me pretty well. I probably would have been very miserable last year.
You would have been miserable.
Blake, how you doing? Not so good.
Teams have to go through that sometimes, though, to make them better. You got to hit rock bottom once in a while, and but it was a great run for those years that we won the 2 championships and had some great fun. And obviously the sellout ended this year. That was sad to see, but what a great accomplishment that the Red Sox had to sell out that many games, 794 games. Wow. That's a wow.
That is a wow.
But to be able to do that is incredible, and it's a testament to the fan and also the product that we put on the field for all those years.
There's strike 3 to Mike Napoli. That ends things in the 4th inning. Tim Wakefield, thanks very much for coming up. Great to see you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Wake.
Game Day Live presented by DCU. NESN's pregame coverage of the Sox begins an hour before every game. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union, banking the DCU way. A great day here on Patriots Day at Fenway Park. A lot of youngsters around the ballpark today as a 1-1 game into the 5th inning from Fenway Park. Great to have Tim Wakefield alongside with this last inning. Tim doing a great job as part of our pre and post game coverage on NESN. Ryan Roberts leading it off here in the 5th. Now you know that Tim Wakefield stare.
Yeah,
he had it that morning when I went in.
Oh, I was absolutely
not pleased. I want to say it was like 06, 07, somewhere in there.
Nobody that throws the baseball at home plate wants to hear "wow"
wow
when there's a home run. Believe me.
This is popped up. Foul ground as Saltalamacchia won't have a play.
Although I will say one guy that I played with Luis Tiant. When he gave up a bomb, and you could hear him. He turned around and go, "Oh my God!"
Well, I believe it. He must have been a lot of fun to have as a teammate.
Oh,
Luis Tiant.
Hilarious. Keep you laughing all the time.
This is a swing and a miss for Ryan Roberts.
By the way, you got your hot dog.
I did. Thank you very much, Rem Dog. I didn't even need to make a sign or anything, but it's here.
Yeah.
And I got halfway through it. I'm really losing my skills. I used to be able to eat an entire hot dog in 90 seconds in our break, and I lost a little bit off my fastball. I'm about halfway in.
You're out of shape. You'll get in shape before the season's over. There's that camera again, Don.
Yeah, there it is, right in our grill. How you doing? They're looking at ways to downsize cameras. Swing and a miss. Ryan Roberts strikes out. That is the 6th strikeout for Ryan Dempster. And the first out of the 5th.
Yeah, once again, Dempster going to the outside part of the plate. Most pitches in that bat were to the outside part of the plate. That one down and away. Pit Zone on NESN is brought to you by Amica. Amica Insurance. Great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance.
And Ryan Roberts struck out twice today. He's out number 1 of the inning as James Loney stands in. Bounced into a 4-6-3 twin killing back in the 2nd inning. Strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Dempster at 52 pitches, working with 1 out here in the 5th, been very economical. 1 blemish today, and that was the home run by Evan Longoria in the 4th inning to tie the game 1-1. Dempster taking a little extra time as he goes off the backside of the mound.
You have all the players in the lineup today for the Rays. Loney has the most at bats against Dempster, being in the National League. He's now 2 for 17 against Ryan.
And there for a strike over the outside corner. Check swing foul. Trying to hold up that time was Loney. And the Red Sox wrapping up their homestand, a rain-shortened homestand, but Red Sox are 3-2 so far on the homestand. Head out on the road for a brief 3-game series in Cleveland, and right back here to Fenway Park again. A 1-2 is outside, 2-2.
Now, hopefully the weather in Cleveland has improved from what they had last week. They had a couple of pretty nasty days in Cleveland last week.
We got a 50% chance of rain all 3 days.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's terrific. Lined out left field out. Although Thursday's supposed to be warmer, it's close to 70, but it still may rain. Nice grab.
Well, we're seeing a lot of one-handed grabs so far on this homestand.
Two, another chance for a fan off to the left. Tied Loney and a full count now. Miguel Escobar waiting on deck. 1 out here in the 5th inning. And a swing and a miss. 9th pitch of the at bat ends up in a strikeout for Dempster. That's 7 Ks for Dempster. Well, Jenny, today a special day at Fenway Park and across the major leagues as well.
That's right, and we asked fans to tweet in some sports moments at us, and time now to take a look at those best AT&T tweets of the game sent in by the fans. Paul here said there's no question the day Hank Aaron broke the home run record shows we can overcome any and all obstacles. Then PCA Boston passing of Title IX legislation in 1972, which opened equal access to men and women for college athletics, and the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey victory. And that brought the entire nation together. We've been getting so many good tweets on this, so we're going to keep it going. Tweet us, #SportsMoments, with your thoughts.
Almost outside to Yunel Escobar. And Dempster has retired the last 3 batters since the home run by Evan Longoria. And 12 of the last 13 as he misses too far inside, falls behind 3-0. He's only given up 2 hits. The infield hit by Matt Joyce to third base in the 2nd inning, and a home run by Longoria. There's a strike. Escobar was headed to first base, but gets the bad news from Dana Demuth. Fly ball to center field. Ellsbury will head on back and puts it away shy of the track to end the inning. A 1-2-3 fifth for Dempster. Halfway through this one, all tied. To the bottom half of the 5th inning back at Fenway Park. Well, today's twisted but true fact of the game: the greatness sometimes runs in the family. Did you know Jackie Robinson's older brother Mac won a silver medal in the 1936 Berlin Olympics, finishing 4/10 of a second behind the U.S.'s Jesse Owens in the 200-meter race. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. And a picture of it right there. 1936 Berlin Olympics. Now Jared Saltalamacchia to lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jared struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. One of 6 strikeouts today for Jeremy Hellickson. He's been on quite a roll. He gave up a triple to Jacoby Ellsbury to start the bottom of the 1st inning. Ellsbury would score, but since then he has now retired 12 batters in a row. There's strike 1 to Saltalamacchia. This one is line foul, pulling it down by the tarp. Will Middlebrooks, then Stephen Drew will be along here in the bottom of the 5th. Well pitched game to this point. High fly ball for Saltalamacchia, sending Zobrist back onto the track at the wall. It is gone. Home run for Saltalamacchia into the bullpen. His second home run of the year puts the Red Sox on top 2-1.
Well, we talk often about how they want to go upstairs with the fastball against Saltalamacchia. That's exactly what they do. They get the fastball up high about the letters, but Saltalamacchia gets to this one, and in a big way. Zobrist going back to the bullpen, to the wall. No chance. Saltalamacchia picks up his second home run of the year.
That's his second career home run off Hellickson. Of course, had 25 home runs last year. Well, the Red Sox have now hit 13 home runs this season, and with it, Hess and Hess Express donate another $500 to the Red Sox Foundation. That brings the season total to $6,500. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Middlebrooks lined out to the right fielder Ben Zobrist in the second inning as he jumps back out of the way of that pitch inside. That home run by Saltalamacchia broke up a string of 12 in a row. Retired by Hellickson, and 6 of the 12 were strikeouts. '70th pitch for Hellickson, and he fools Will Middlebrooks, who strikes out. 7 Ks for Hellickson, and he changes up on him for the first out of the 5th.
Well, that's one thing Hellickson will do. I mean, his changeup is so good, and not only does he throw it to left-handers, but also to right-handers. And against Middlebrooks in that at bat, he threw him a couple of changeups, and that one for the strikeout.
So 1 out, bases empty for Stephen Drew. He was a strikeout victim, went looking in the second inning. There's a pop-up. It'll find its way foul into the seats. This game summary is brought to you by Xfinity from Comcast. Hellickson 4 1/3 so far with 6 strikeouts. Longoria 1 for 2 with a solo home run that tied the game at the time. But Saltalamacchia with his second home run of the year puts the Red Sox on top 2-1. Framed by Lobaton, but that'll miss. Stephen Drew missed a lot of spring training after being hit in the bill of the helmet in a game at Hammond Stadium against the Minnesota Twins, and was on the 7-day concussion DL to begin the year. I wonder about missing all of that spring training time, how much that affected his start offensively. Off to just a 1 for 14 start.
Well, I think it's a tremendous effect, Don. Your timing, the last couple of weeks of spring training, you want to be spot on. And, of course, when you miss that time, you've got to try to make it up in those rehab performances that he had. That's a little bit different than spring training. See what David Ortiz had to miss the ball game yesterday with a sinus infection.
In the air to left field for Stephen Drew. Opposite field. Back goes Joyce at the wall. He leaps and can't get it. Off the scoreboard. Desmond Jennings will come over from center field to play it. But a wall ball double for Stephen Drew. Stands at second base with 1 out.
Well, Stephen Drew a little bit late on the fastball, but still able to make that good solid contact. And A welcoming left field wall out there for a left-handed hitter. Even though he was beat a little bit on the fastball, still drives the ball deep enough to get it off the scoreboard for the one-out double. Matt Joyce going back. He leaps, but just to his left is the baseball. And Drew in scoring position.
One out, Drew in scoring position at second. Johnny Gomes coming up. Gomes struck out swinging in the third inning. Is only a bat of the day. Hellickson has given up 2 extra base hits here in the inning. A home run for Saltalamacchia. Opposite field double for Stephen Drew. Drew at second with 1 out here in the 5th. Hellickson falling behind 2-0. He has not walked anybody in 4 1/3 innings of work. Under the watchful eye of Jim Hickey, the pitching coach for the Rays. Swing and a miss, and Gomes with a big cut there on the breaking ball. 2-1.
And no fastball for Johnny Gomes on the 2-0 count. They go to the curveball. Curveball struck out. Gomes back in the 3rd inning.
Two-one. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
Back-to-back curveballs that time. And back even in the count now is Hellickson with Gomes.
Covidien, delivering innovative healthcare products across the globe. It's a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation. Drew the lead at second, and his pitch 80 from Hellickson. Swing and a miss as Gomes strikes out. 8 Ks for Hellickson, 2 down in the 5th. It has been a struggle for Jackie Bradley Jr. at the major league level so far, Jenny.
That's right. John Farrell was speaking about it earlier, and he said he's handling it as well as he possibly could. But again, Jackie Bradley is human, and there is some frustration there. And Jackie Bradley admitted he's getting frustrated because he's missing pitches that he's used to hitting. But he said it's something that every hitter goes through at one time or another. Farrell said, you know, we actually imagined that these challenges were likely to emerge, and he's handling it well.
Well, here he is with 2 outs, and Drew at second. It's a fly ball out to shallow center. Desmond Jennings with good speed comes in and makes the catch that ends the inning. Jared Saltalamacchia with a home run into the bullpen in right field to lead off the bottom of the 5th as the Red Sox on top 2-1. The top of the 6th. It's time for a Toyota game break. Here's Tom Caron. Back at Fenway Park, where the Red Sox have a 2-1 lead on this Patriots Day from Fenway. Holiday in Massachusetts and in Maine celebrates the anniversary of Paul Revere's ride, as this one is out to left center, and there is Ellsbury for the first out. Lobaton retired on the first pitch of the inning. Battles of Lexington and Concord back in 1775. Of course, the day was also marked by the running of the Boston Marathon. In the Kenmore Square, the Red Sox have been scheduled to play at home on Patriots Day every year since 1959. Kelly Johnson batting out of the number 9 spot, struck out in the 3rd inning. Bunt pit is popped up, and that'll get onto the screen.
Every Patriots Day when we come into the ballpark, I come down the Mass Pike, and going in the opposite direction are the runners heading out to the start line. And today I got to see the elite runners. They're all in very fancy buses with a police escort taking them out to the start line out there in Hopkinton. Then if you and I were running, we get on school buses.
We would not be part of the first runners, that's for sure.
No. But it's interesting to see that traffic all heading in the opposite direction as we come into the ballpark. At least I find it interesting. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I came in on Mass Ave. I avoided all of it.
It's a tricky day in Boston because you really got to be careful. You could be lost because there's so many roads that are blocked off.
I decided to go 93 to Mass Ave. It seemed to work out great. There were no delays.
Yeah, you were here nice and early, nice on time.
And an early appearance this morning, 9:30 on Monster Monday.
I understand it was a big ratings hit.
70th pitch for Dempster is going to miss inside. Dempster with 7 strikeouts through 5 1/3 innings. Retired 5 Rays in a row. Well, a couple of these where he started and stopped and then went to the back of the hill. Nice day to be at Fenway Park on this Patriots Day. Up in the right field corner. 3-2 is ball 4. There's the first walk given up by either pitcher today. And a 1-out walk to the number 9 man, and Kelly Johnson. Today's ticket brings you the pitching line for Ryan Dempster. 5 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run. This is the home run by Evan Longoria in the top half of the 4th inning. Just walked the batter. His 7 strikeouts. He's thrown 71 pitches. In his previous outings, only went 5 innings. In his first outing at New York, 5 innings at home against Baltimore. And that was because the rain came. Did not come back out after a 43-minute rain delay. He's in the 6th now with 1 out. Has not had to work from the stretch very much today, as Kelly Johnson now at first with 1 out. Red Sox have lost all 3 previous Patriots Day matchups against the Rays, including a 1-0 loss to Tampa Bay last year. Rays here for Patriots Day a year ago. Downstairs for a ball, 1-1. Red Sox going for a 3-game sweep of the Rays today. Red Sox winning 3 of the first 4 series of 2013. Back to the bag at first is Kelly Johnson. Held on over there by Mike Napoli. It's all about the pitching so far for the Red Sox. Lead the American League in earned run average with a 2.76 ERA. Opponent batting average. Opponent's hitting at 218. Framed by Saltalamacchia, but just outside.
Dempster would have liked that pitch, not missing the outside corner by very much. Big difference in that 2-1 count and the 1-2. See if they get the man in motion here with 1 out, 2-1 count.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Ryan Dempster spending the first 14.5 seasons of his lengthy major league career in the National League before joining Texas. The 2012 trade deadline, won 7-3 with a 5.09 earned run average and 12 starts for the Rangers. Led the Rangers in wins during the time that he was there. Ground ball foul, and we'll do it again. That time Johnson was off with the count 3-2. "16 years in the majors for Dempster." Runner goes on the 3-2. A swing and a miss for strike 3 of the throw. Not going to be in time. As Johnson steals second base after Jennings strikes out, becomes the 8th strikeout victim for Dempster.
It's like Jennings chased a cut fastball that was probably down a strike out of the strike zone. The throw to second base is going to be to the shortstop side. Pedroia trying to backhand it, but the stolen base for Johnson.
Well, Nessa Daily brings you everything you need to know about the day in sports tonight at 10 p.m. We'll wrap up a busy sports day in Boston with complete marathon coverage, plus highlights and analysis of the Bruins and Red Sox. It's all tonight at 10 on NESN Daily. And 2 outs in the 6th inning. Ben Zobrist, the batter, the tying run in scoring position at second base, and there is strike 1. Zobrist has struck out swinging and grounded out to shortstop in 2 previous at bats against Ryan Dempster today. '80th pitch of the afternoon for Dempster, and it's high for ball 1. We talked a lot about Dempster's 16-year major league career. He's thrown at least 200 innings while making 30 or more starts 7 times in his career, and all that since 2000. This 1-1 is outside.
I think the one pitch today that he hasn't had real good command of is the split-fingered fastball. We've seen a couple of them that have been either way outside or left high, but other than that, fastball, the cutter, slider have been very good for Dempster. But I would say out of the 4 pitches that he features, probably the splitter has been the one that's given him the most difficulty so far in this game.
And back and forth goes Saltalamacchia and Dempster, so Jarrett headed out. MLB.com at bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go and is available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At bat delivers Red Sox baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit redsox.com for details. 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. Kelly Johnson at second base. And a 2-1. There's strike 2 to Ben Zobrist. That'll bounce off Saltalamacchia. Kicks to his left. He'll run it down, but not before Kelly Johnson moves over to third base. Likely a wild pitch.
That's a splitter right there that we're talking about. This time bouncing it in the dirt. You see the 2 fingers split on the baseball, and Saltalamacchia looking around for it. He finally finds it. Johnson ends up on third base.
Tying run 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Down and in and headed down to first base goes Ben Zobrist, and 2 walks coming in the inning after Dempster not walked anybody through the first 5. It's been a 20-pitch inning so far for Dempster. First time in his outing that he's thrown 20 or more. Keep in mind he's gone 5 innings in each of his first 2 outings. But they were, as far as the pitch count goes, he threw 101 pitches in New York in 5 innings, and then 93 in his shortened outing due to the rain delay last time out. So pitch count has been up there in the first 2 games. But it's first and third here with 2 outs, and he's got to face Evan Longoria again. Longoria with a solo home run in the 4th inning to tie the game at the time. And his first home run of the year, first extra base hit of the year for Evan Longoria. There's strike 1, starts off ahead. Johnson at third base. Zobrist crossed the diamond at first base with 2 outs here in the inning. Fights it off foul, and it's 0-2.
I think that's one that Longoria would like to have back again. Pretty good pitch to handle right there. Up in the strike zone, but the swing and the foul straight back. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pitch Zone. Looks like he's going to try the split.
Not had good control of it for most of the day. And this one bounces in, but Saltalamacchia able to block it again. This time right at him.
After leaving a couple high in the zone, he's really tried to get that splitted down over the last couple. And one went for a wild pitch, and this one blocked nicely by Saltalamacchia to keep that man at third base. Expecting the ball in the dirt. Try it again.
Misses inside. Saltalamacchia leaving it there for Dana Demuth to take an extra look, and very well could have been strike 3.
I got to have that one. That one is right on the inside corner.
Trying to grab it again. Close again.
A couple of long looks in by Dempster. Felt like he had both those pitches. The splitter was actually closer than the fastball was, but two very close pitches, and some courage by Longoria to stay off those.
Fourth 3-ball count of the inning for Ryan Dempster. Longoria wants time. Red Sox with a 1-run lead right now with 2 outs in the 6th inning. First and third for the Rays. And Longoria grounds one up the middle. Drew dives. He will get up and throw to first, and it is just in time to get Longoria. He is fired up as Stephen Drew throws him out. What a play by the Red Sox shortstop to end the inning and keep the Red Sox on top 2-1.
Stephen Drew diving to his left, getting up quickly, the quick release, but I think the Red Sox got a break on this one because it looked like Longoria was by the bag. So we stop it right there. If we could stop it, we could see Longoria hitting the bag and then the catch by Napoli. I think the Red Sox may have caught a break there. But what a play by Drew just to make it that close. There's the foot hitting the bag, the ball not in the glove.
Not even close.
No. The Red Sox will take that call. Longoria let his helmet fly after that and was notified by the first base umpire.
Joe Madden was out to argue as well. First base umpire Angel Hernandez. This is out to center field. Jennings on the dirt of the track makes the catch on his counterpart, Jacoby Ellsbury, for the first out of the 6th inning. Are you a leader of a group of 20 or more? A Red Sox game at Fenway Park is the perfect place for your next outing. Call 617-226-6835 to plan the perfect trip today. We have a lot of groups here today at Fenway Park on a beautiful afternoon on this Patriots Day. From Fenway with 1 out of the 6th inning, and Shane Victorino standing in as an RBI today and a ground out back in the 1st inning. Victorino now, Pedroia next. Well, Hellickson, who has not walked anybody today, falls behind Victorino 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Victorino to right. Ben Zobrist in and over a few steps. 2 down in the 6th inning. Well, the 10th annual Jackie Robinson Day and the 66th anniversary of his first major league game, and the steal of home for Jackie Robinson as we celebrate the life of number 42.
Was that Yogi? Was that Yogi Berra?
Was Yogi?
He didn't think so.
No. Thought he had him. Two down in the 6th inning. Dustin Pedroia is 0 for 2. Grounded out to third, bounced out to second. '90th pitch for Hellickson, and diving Longoria at third, up and throwing to the out. That retires Dustin Pedroia. Nice play at third base by Evan Longoria, throwing around a little leather here for the Rays. Red Sox still on top 2-1. Tampa Bay as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. Well, both sides now have had a break, as it turns out. Looks like a busy establishment across the street from Fenway Park today.
It's a good day, you know, Patriots Day.
Matt Joyce leads it off, and the pitch is up high, and apparently James Loney had his foot off the bag at first, so Pedroia was not out.
Yeah, there's no way that call was going to go against Tampa, though. That's for sure.
Well, Joyce will take the strike, and it evens at 1-1. Dempster back on the hill to begin things in the 7th inning. Red Sox in the shift on the right side. Middlebrooks moving from the left side of the infield to the right. Junichi Tazawa now up in the Red Sox pen. First action we have seen out there today. bounce in from Dempster. And even the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Joyce strikes out. That's strikeout number 9 for Ryan Dempster.
The majority of the strikeouts today for Dempster have been on this little cut fastball that he features. The strikeout numbers have been very impressive throughout the Red Sox pitching staff in the first couple of go-arounds.
Well, the starters have 25, and there are 28 altogether for the Red Sox pitching staff. But 25 between the starters, Lester, Buchholz, and Dempster. There's Buchholz yesterday with 11. And 9 so far today for Ryan Dempster, who in his first couple of outings he had 8 against the Yankees, 7 last time out against Baltimore. That was all in 5 innings. And now 9 here against the Rays.
That's one of the few high strikes that have been called in this series.
One to Roberts, and a fly ball jolted out towards right center field. Victorino is there to make the catch for out number 2. Let's send it down to Jenny.
Sox fans, download the Scan app to your mobile device and use it to know where the Sox will be all season long. Use it to scan the code on your TV screen and download the complete 2013 Red Sox schedule. NESN and NESN.com have made it simple to keep your Sox on all summer.
Jerry, where do you see Cleveland in there? Do you see Cleveland in there anywhere?
Yes, it's as we look at the top line.
Yes.
If you look, it's almost like a puzzle. And you look down at that first section to the right. That's Cleveland.
Okay.
It's right near the lake.
2 down for James Loney, who takes strike 1.
You know, I think I might get a smartphone.
Really?
I think my wife might let me. She said if I promise to keep my phone on, maybe I can get one.
Yes, it does seem to be a problem for you keeping your phone on.
I don't like to keep it on.
So no one can reach you on the fly.
A lot of times you get a call, it's bad news.
Right.
You don't want to hear that.
I never really understood it, though. I mean, you're going to get the bad news on the voicemail that someone's going to leave you anyway. So it's just delayed bad news.
And you're not getting it like on the spot. You know,
it's always on your terms.
Yeah.
Strike 3 call to James Loney. 10th strikeout for Ryan Dempster. It's 7th inning stretch, and the Red Sox have a 2-1 lead.
stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean, wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Nicely done here at Fenway Park as the Red Sox have a 2-1 lead and heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. 101 pitches thrown by Ryan Dempster. A pretty good day for him today, Jerry.
Well, a brilliant performance again today by a Red Sox starter, Ryan Dempster. Big strikeout day today. A lot of strikeouts coming on the fastball, the cut fastball. And the Red Sox starting pitching, Lester Buchholz, now Dempster piling up big strikeouts in this series against the Rays.
Mike Napoli leading it off and popping it up around the mound. They're coming from everywhere now from second base. Roberts takes charge and makes the catch. That is now 6 in a row retired by Hellickson. The Red Sox starting staff, 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. It's the best mark in the majors. And today, an even 10 for Ryan Dempster.
15 career games for Ryan Dempster with 10 or more strikeouts.
Well, now it is Koji Uehara who is up in the Red Sox pen. Tozawa have been up last inning. Looks like Uehara will be coming in. One out for Jared Saltalamacchia, who was homered already today. Solo shot into the bullpen in right field. The Rays pen, and that is the difference in the game. Fouled off 1-1.
And that pitch that they threw Saltalamacchia is where they wanted to throw it to. They threw him a high fastball. You can see the catcher set up high, and Saltalamacchia gets on top of it.
That's high, but too high. 2-1. There's action for the Rays in the bullpen. Jake McGee, left-hander, up for Tampa Bay. Hellickson here in the mid-90s with 1 out. And misses away 3-1. He's not walked anybody today. Does have 8 strikeouts and has retired the last 6 Red Sox in a row. After a leadoff triple, he has really settled into this outing very nicely, with the exception of the home run to Saltalamacchia in the 5th, and now a walk to Saltalamacchia with 1 out. Let's get some more tweets from Jenny Dell.
That's right, Don. We're asking fans their sports memories for our AT&T Twitter question of the day. And our tweets we got back. Jesse Owens winning 4 gold medals at 1936 Berlin Olympics. The first World Series game following September 11th. And the 1992 Olympic men's basketball dream team, giving the NBA international recognition.
Well, excellent tweets.
Yeah, very good today.
Very good.
1 out, 1 on. Will Middlebrooks is 0 for 2 today. He's lined to right and struck out. Takes strike 1.
Did you tweet anything in, Don?
I did not.
I did not either.
But I agreed with a lot of these selections today.
Yeah, tremendous thoughts, really.
Swing and a miss by Middlebrooks, off balance, and he's down 0-2.
Hellickson's made a habit of that today, throwing Middlebrooks that changeup, and he's had very good success doing so. Struck him out on a changeup last time up. There's the changeup again, this time away from Middlebrooks.
This will bounce in the dirt, 1-2. No, but I did tweet a picture from the booth though today. Just it grabbed me for some reason. The sunshine and the crowd today looked terrific. So I went with our view from the booth today.
It is a beautiful day here in Boston. A great day for everything, and so far so good for the Red Sox.
Very well pitched on both sides today. Of course, Ryan Dempster for the Red Sox, Jeremy Hellickson for the Rays with a runner at first and one out. The 1-2. Will miss, and there is pitch number 100 of the day for Hellickson. Coming in at 0-1 with a 6.35 earned run average. Only allowing 2 runs so far today.
And what was your Twitter account number again?
That is at Don Orsillo, Jerry, and I thank you for asking.
Yeah, because you usually pick up about 10,000 every time.
No, I have not picked up that many at all. No. I'd love to. But yeah, at Don Orsillo.
I think they have the wrong one on the screen for me.
I think they fixed it. I just noticed it when they showed us last time. It's now Jerry_Remy.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the right one.
That's the right one, yeah.
That is the right one. There you go.
Yes.
You can follow along with us. Two-two pitch is grounded foul. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or one where the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital. CVS is aiming for a goal of $25,000 in donations this season. One out walk for Saltalamacchia, and they check on him at first base. He dives back to the bag. This is in the dirt, corralled by Lobaton. No advance for Saltalamacchia at first base. Three-two pitch to Will Middlebrooks. Off is Saltalamacchia. Strike 3 from Middlebrooks, and Saltalamacchia will be out at second base. So strike him out, throw him out, double play. That's the 9th strikeout for Hellickson. A 1-run lead for the Red Sox as we head to the 8th. Head into the 8th inning at Fenway Park. This call to the bullpen is brought to you on NESN by your New England Ford dealers. And Koji Uehara into the game for the Red Sox. His 6th appearance. He's not given up a run in 4 1/3 innings. This one hit in 4 1/3 innings. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts in. Opponent's hitting at .071 against Uehara. This is our Coors Light Refresherator. In from the Red Sox bullpen is Uehara. Sox fans, there's a new reliever in town, and he's throwing silver bullets.
Plus an occasional split. Oh, bubblegum head.
That's what they call him. It's like Sean Rodriguez. The 8th inning has the bottom third of the Rays order coming up. Escobar, Lobaton, and Johnson. Escobar 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short and flied out to center. A very good 7 innings turned in today by Ryan Dempster, who gives up a total of 2 hits in his outing. 1 run, the home run by Evan Longoria. He walks 2 and strikes out 10. Well, the starters have been terrific in this series. John Lester on Saturday, Clay Buchholz on Sunday, Ryan Dempster today. No decision for Lester. The win, of course, yesterday for Buchholz, and Dempster departs with a chance to get a win. This is out to deep center. Ellsbury on the warning track to make the catch for the first out.
That ball left the bat, and I thought it possibly had enough to get up off that wall. Down around the 379, but Ellsbury able to track it and make the catch. 2-0 fastball that's up about letter high, and Escobar hit that ball very well, but Ellsbury there to make the play with room to spare.
One down, 5 in a row retired by Red Sox pitching, and here's Jose Lobaton. Actually, Sam Fold is going to pinch hit for Lobaton. Fold getting his first at bat after Lobaton had been 0 for 2. Fold got the start in right field yesterday for the Rays, and pinch hitting here with 1 down in the 8th. New Hampshire native reaches out and grounds 1 to first base. Napoli to Uehara. 2 down. I want to remind you to stay with NESN after the game for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Tom Karen will anchor NESN's breakdown of game highlights, interviews, and John Farrell's post-game press conference. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. Guys will be down on Yawkey Way after the ball game today. 2 down in the 8th. Kelly Johnson's 3rd plate appearance of the day. He struck out in the 3rd, walked in the 6th inning, was left at 3rd base in the 6th inning on the great play by Stephen Drew from shortstop, getting Evan Longoria. And Johnson not happy with that last strike call, still talking it over with Dana Demuth.
Good split-fingered fastball that time from Uehara. That's how he got full to ground out to first base, and now get the swing and miss from Kelly Johnson.
This one fouled off to the left, out of play. Well, Dunkin' Donuts is proud to give back at every Red Sox home game. Dunkin' hosts a nonprofit children's organization. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a Sox game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Today we welcome the Italian Home for Children from Jamaica Plain to historic Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts, committed to the community. 2 down in the 8th, and Kelly Johnson battling here, fouling a few off. Swing and a miss. Kelly Johnson strikes out. Another impressive inning for Koji Uehara. You know he's fired up. Red Sox on top 2-1. Boston Marathon today, George?
I doubt it. Nice, good voice, huh?
All right. Well, we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Stephen Drew, Johnny Gomes, and Jackie Bradley Jr. will be dealing with the new Rays pitcher as Jake McGee, the hard-throwing left-hander, comes into the game for the Rays. His 6th appearance, an ERA of 11.25 for McGee, who takes over for Jeremy Hellickson with the first 7 innings. Pitched very well today, giving up 3 hits to the Red Sox and just the 2 runs, and he is on the hook as he departs. Another very good outing for Uehara. The last 20 games, some of these numbers: 24 Ks to 2 walks. That dates back to last year. Stephen Drew leads it off here in the home half of the 8th. Red Sox trying to obtain some insurance. $37,449 on hand today. A sellout again at Fenway Park. After just a couple of games that were not sold out here at Fenway Park. And of course the streak coming to an end last week. Strike over the outside corner to Drew. New catcher for the Rays after Lobaton was hit for by fault is Jose Molina, who started yesterday's game for the Rays behind the plate. Very close, but that'll miss outside. With Hanrahan's ailing hamstring situation, a new alignment at the end of games. You get Koji Uehara working the 8th and Bailey limbering up for the 9th. Outside, and it evens at 2-2. He had made 4 consecutive scoreless appearances, last 4 times out, 3 1/3 innings pitched without giving up a run. After he gave up 5 earned runs in his first outing of the year. That's why the earned run average is so high for McGee, but he's been much better lately. 26-year-old. Last year was his first full season in the majors, and 60 of his 69 appearances were scoreless. Ended up going 5-2 with a nifty 1.95 earned run average in his first year in the majors. Sliced foul off to the left, out of play.
Everything away from Stephen Drew in this at bat, with the exception of one pitch down the middle, but everything else away from him. Lefty against lefty.
Drew, who leads off here in the 8th, about to see his 8th pitch of this at bat. Able to double his last time up in the 5th inning. Pops it up foul, back and out of play. Joe Maddon's Rays coming in 4-7 on the year, losing first 2 games of this series and trailing 2-1 as the Red Sox bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Drew with a swing and a miss, strikes out. McGee gets him for the first out of the 8th inning. This coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines, Subaru of New England, Sullivan Tire and Auto, and by Toyota's official website for deals via Toyota.com. 1 out in the 8th. And Johnny Gomes has had a tough day at the plate today for Boston. He has struck out twice. Struck out swinging in the 3rd and then again in the 5th.
That last pitch to Stephen Drew was pretty nasty. 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside part of the plate to get the strikeout against Drew. Lefty against lefty. 98. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone, as you see the location, the 9th pitch of that at bat. And most of those pitches away in that at bat.
2-0 is in there for a strike. 2-1. Fastball at 95. Close pitch, but off the outside edge. And that strikeout by McGee marks the 10th strikeout of the day for Tampa Bay pitching. Red Sox pitchers with 11 strikeouts, between the 10 for Dempster and 1 for Uehara. Over the inside corner, and Gomes gets the bad news from Dana DeMuth that he had ball 4.
Looked like a pretty good pitch. Let's take another look. McGee coming inside with the fastball, did get the corner, as Gomes was starting to take off that elbow pad on his way down to first base.
And Gomes stays alive, fouls it off to the right.
Foul ball traveled quite a distance.
Outside, ball 4, and Johnny Gomes works a 1-out walk. Well, coming up tomorrow on the Dennis and Callahan Show, DNC will break down all the Patriots Day action here in Boston, as well as talk about the Sox traveling to Cleveland to play against their former manager, Terry Francona. It all begins at 6 a.m. here on NESN and on 93.7 WEEI-FM. Dennis and Callahan, the most listened to morning show in New England. One out, one on. Jackie Bradley Jr. 0 for 2 in the game. He is struck out and flied out. Red Sox holding on to a 1-run advantage and trying to add to it here. Love to pick up an insurance run in the 8th. Looking ahead to the 9th. It is the top of the Rays order. Jennings, Zobrist, and Longoria scheduled to bat. And Bailey ready in the pen. Joel Peralta up in the pen for the Rays. The Sox have now hit 13 home runs this season, and with it, Hess and Hess Express donate another $500 to the Red Sox Foundation. That brings the season total to $6,500. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. 1-1 is going to miss for ball 2. And Jim Hickey coming out to talk to McGee.
I don't think we've seen anything but a fastball from McGee so far since being in this game, and you can see why. He's got a good one.
Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, never forgets that before you're a patient, you're a person. Beth Israel Deaconess, human first. Learn more at bidmc.org/human first. And Jim Hickey delivers his message as McGee deals with Jackie Bradley Jr. with 1 out and Johnny Gomes at first base. Swing and a miss, and a pitch in on the hands of 94. 2-2.
After going away with a couple of pitches, trying to go up and away back to the inside part of the plate that time to even the count at 2-2.
In 2011, control problems for Jake McGee, but not last year. 1.95 ERA. 11 walks in 69 games. Jackie Bradley Jr. strikes out. 96-mile-an-hour fastball that was up, and the second strikeout for McGee. 2 down.
Not sure Jackie Bradley Jr. knew exactly that it was 3 strikes. He was still standing near home plate after the swing and miss. Blows the fastball by him again at about 96 miles an hour.
2 down for Jacoby Ellsbury, who is 1 for 3 today. Ellsbury taking ball 1. Tripled back in the first inning, scored the Red Sox first run. He is fouled out to third and flied out deeply to center field to the warning track, sending Desmond Jennings onto the track out in center. 2 strikeouts and a walk for McGee, about to throw his 25th pitch of this inning. And sliced foul off to the left, out of play. Jeremy Hellickson today, the starter for the Tampa Bay Rays, who's on the hook. 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, including the home run by Jared Saltalamacchia in the 5th. Walked a batter, struck out 9. Came into today's outing with a record of 0-1, could fall to 0-2. Strike over the outside corner. Ellsbury walks away shaking his head. 2-2.
That's pretty nasty right there for McGee. I'll tell you, this fastball is alive. It's got the outside corner right down about knee high. Don't want to have to swing at that pitch unless you get 2 strikes on you. And they're not likely to do much with it.
There's a pop-up off third base. Evan Longoria, shielding his eyes from the sun, makes the catch that ends the inning. We are through 8. Andrew Bailey will be on. It's 2-1 Boston.
Bottom of the 9th. As you can see, Joel Hanrahan not out there. Before, Hanrahan said that the last couple of games, that's not Joel Hanrahan. I know that. The fans here, they might not know much because they haven't seen me pitch much, but that's not the way I pitch. I feel like once I get my legs underneath me, I can get back to where I was. Obviously, talking about that right hamstring soreness, John Farrell said it's a fortunate luxury to have Andrew Bailey.
Now Andrew Bailey into the game for his 6th appearance of the year. First save opportunity for him. It was 6 out of 9 in that category last year. And he'll miss for ball 1 to Desmond Jennings. A 1-run lead to protect for Bailey. The all-star closer, Andrew Bailey, of course, for the Oakland A's. An all-star twice. 1-0 pitches in there for a strike, 1-1.
One thing that's been noticeable with Bailey, too, has been the increase in velocity on his fastball. That last one at 95 to Jennings.
Had a strikeout in the perfect 8th inning on Saturday against Tampa Bay. And 7 strikeouts in 4 1/3 scoreless innings so far in 2013, and has given up just 1 hit. This one fouled back above us. One for 4 with a couple of RBIs off a single for Desmond Jennings off Andrew Bailey. Bailey, who missed the first 116 games of last year, starting the year in the DL after having right thumb surgery. Swinging a foul that jars the mask right off Saltalamacchia.
Well, Saltalamacchia may need some Advil after this foul ball off the mask.
Line to left and in for a base hit for Desmond Jennings. The Rays get the lead runner on and the tying run at first base with nobody out to begin the 9th inning. I'll remind you to stay with NESN after the game for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Tom Caron will anchor NESN's breakdown of game highlights, interviews, and John Farrell's post-game press conference. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason.
That's some nice hitting there by Jennings. He got the cut fastball from Bailey and was able to reach out and line that ball and get that leadoff man on here in the top of the 9th. So he gets speed at first base.
And on the grass at third is Middlebrooks as Zobrist stands in on the left side. And he takes strike one. Three for 5 against Bailey. Pretty good success, a double and a home run. Rays dropping the first 2 games of the series, trailed by a run here in the 9th, but have the lead man on. Evan Longoria waiting on deck for Tampa Bay. He supplied their only run of the afternoon as he hit a solo shot off Ryan Dempster back in the 4th inning. There goes Jennings at first. Pitches high for a ball, and the throw is going to get away. And no advance beyond second for Jennings. It is run down finally by Napoli over at first base, but a stolen base for Jennings in scoring position with nobody out.
Now, fortunately for the Red Sox, too, Jennings goes in diving head first and did not know where the ball had gone. He's looking out toward the outfield. He doesn't see it out there. It's behind him. And Napoli there to make the play on it. That ball bouncing, knocked down by Drew, backed up by Pedroia. A little deep by Pedroia like he was making the play on it. And that might have kept Jennings at second base.
Tying run in scoring position, nobody out. Outside for ball 3. There's a strike. Zobrist thought he had ball 4. Zobrist down the left field line. Jackie Bradley Jr. will dive. Can't make the catch, and Jennings is going to try and score. Here comes the throw to the plate. It will not be on line. And the game is tied as taking second base is Ben Zobrist. The blown save for Andrew Bailey, and the Rays tie it up 2-2 here in the 9th inning.
Well, a nice effort by Bradley Jr. in left field, but the throw's got to go to second base. That run's going to score. Once the ball drops in, that run is going to score. And what you've got to do now is keep the man off second base. That potential go-ahead run. Instead, he tries to throw it all the way to home. It's off the mark, and the runner goes into scoring position at second.
Well, Longoria takes a pitch in the dirt. They credit Zobrist with a single, takes second on the throw. And this game is tied. Longoria now trying to put the Rays on top with nobody out in the top of the ninth. Red Sox in the bottom of the ninth inning. Victorino, Pedroia, Napoli. The expected trio with Saltalamacchia batting fourth in the inning if necessary. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Now Longoria has already homered in this game. Hit a home run back in the fourth inning. His first home run of the year. First extra base hit of the year. And the only blemish really for Ryan Dempster in his 7 innings of work today. Longoria fouls it straight back. 1-2. And now Peralta has been joined by the Rays closer Fernando Rodney. One, two is away, and it's 2-2. Desmond Jennings getting it all started with a single to right field, and he stole second base. Score on the single by Zobrist that has tied this game. Longoria grounded foul.
Longoria putting up a very tough at bat against Bailey right here, fouling off a couple of pitches.
Downstairs for ball 94. Full count, 3-2. This will already be the 20th pitch of the inning. No outs have been recorded, and the longest outing pitches wise so far for Andrew Bailey. Nobody up in the pen behind him. 3-2. And Longoria went around. Strike three. Wendell Hernandez ringing him up from the first base side, and Longoria is out number one of the ninth.
I don't think there's any question. This is a swing by Longoria. Let's take a look from the side. Yeah, he did break those wrists.
One out for Matt Joyce. 1 for 3 today, and a tough start to the season. A 152 average. Joyce with a foul tip. Now, all of a sudden, closing games has become a problem for the Red Sox. The injured Joel Hanrahan, who struggled recently for John Farrell, and then today he inserts Andrew Bailey in this spot in a blown save here in the ninth inning. Did not have much room for error as he came in with a 1-run advantage. Now trying to keep this thing tied.
Now, a lot of these games that have come down to the closer have really been close, grinding games. Jennings with a very good at bat, I thought, against Bailey to start this sitting off. Hit a cut fastball. Got himself on first base with nobody out. Stole a base with that speed.
Fouled off to the left, out of play. 2-2. Wind has kind of shifted now, blowing in at Fenway Park. Joyce strikes out looking. That grabs the inside corner. Back-to-back Ks for Bailey.
Now Bailey this time going to the cut fastball to pick up the strikeout. Joyce now with a 1-for-4 afternoon. Had that bunt base hit way back in the second inning. But leaves Zobrist in scoring position at second base.
Here's Roberts 0 for 3 today. Struck out in the second, struck out in the fifth, then flied to right in the seventh inning. Popped up around the bag at second. Pedroia is there, and he makes the catch that ends the inning. Game tied as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Victorino, Pedroia, and Napoli to bat. Bay Rays have tied this game at 2 aside with a run in the top half of the ninth inning on this Patriots Day. And the Rays will move on to their third pitcher of the day. In a tie game, they elect to go with Joel Peralta, his sixth appearance. No record, a 1.93 earned run average. 4 2/3, 4 hits, hasn't walked anybody, and struck out 4. Opponents hitting at .235 against Peralta. Very reliable reliever out of Joe Madden's pen. Last couple of seasons for him. Last 4 appearances have all been scoreless for Peralta. 37-year-old entering his third year with the Tampa Bay Rays, 9th in the majors. And it is Shane Victorino to lead it off against Peralta. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Well, back in 2006 on Patriots Day, Mark Loretta hit a walk-off home run, the Red Sox second baseman. Oh, 1 to Victorino. He'll foul it back, down 0-2. Well, Mark Loretta, nice way to start his Red Sox career early in the season on Patriots Day. A walk-off victory for the Red Sox. And part of their story. No 2 is grounded foul over by the Red Sox. Dugout still 0-2.
And Loney at first base right on the line trying to prevent that 2-base hit.
No success for Victorino against Peralta in his career. Victorino is 0 for 3 today, but on a ground out picked up an RBI. Victorino reaches out, sends it down the left field line. Joyce on the run will make the catch. Almost overran that. He had to reach back to reel it in for the first out of the inning.
Looked like a little bit of a late break by Matt Joyce out in left field, which led you to believe that that ball was going to drop in, but across and then back and makes the catch going away. So Joyce right there saves 2 bases.
One down in the 9th inning for Dustin Pedroia. 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times in the game. In there for strike 1. Bounce through and a little slip there at the end by Peralta. Lost his footing.
And that starts Pedroia off with 2 splitters, and that one just got away from him. Even the count at 1-1. Directly down in the dirt.
Mike Napoli waiting on deck. 1 out in the last of the 9th inning. Pedroia lays off, or did he? Yes, he did. Angel Hernandez says he didn't go.
Pedroia making the call himself.
Grounds it foul off his shoe tops. 2-2.
And right back to the splitter. Dustin's seen 3 splitters in this at bat, 1 fastball. That fastball was the one he laid off. That was up in the zone.
One down, bottom of the 9th inning. Pedroia waiting on a 2-2, and that's going to miss for ball 3. Pedroia fouls it off to the right. Will do it again. Pedroia will take the walk on a very close pitch. Dustin heads down to first base. Joe Madden wants to know where that pitch was.
Yeah, it looked like, according to the Mika strike zone, it got to the top of the strike zone, but not called a strike. Joe Madden barking out at Demuth, the home plate umpire. Molina having some words with him. Red Sox fortunate to have a base runner with one out.
Eighth walk for Dustin Pedroia leads the team in that category. On at first base with one out. Mike Napoli is 0 for 3 today after a big 2-run double yesterday. He struck out twice and popped out today. So far, one stolen base this year for Pedroia. Held on at first base by James Loney. Throw over, and Pedroia's got to dive back, fully extended.
Well, John, if you're going to pop one out of this ballpark right now, as we look at Pedroia getting back, you're going to have to hit it pretty good. That sea breeze, as you mentioned, has really kicked in over the last couple of innings.
It was blowing straight in. Napoli will take it high for ball one. Does have a home run against Peralta in his career. Ball two, same spot, 2-0. Rays tying the score in the top half of the ninth inning, 2-2. Red Sox batting in the bottom of the ninth with one out, winning run at first base. Napoli lays off and takes a strike. 2-1.
Yeah, no fastball on a 2-0 count that time. The split-fingered fastball from Peralta. And you see Napoli out in front of that. All geared up for number one and didn't get it.
Napoli fouls this off of Molina, and that'll stagger him.
We've seen it happen to Saltalamacchia early in the ball game. Now Molina gets one. Molina has that hockey mask. Looks like it might have broke.
wonder if Molina has another mask. I mean, do you carry a backup mask in that situation? It doesn't happen often.
It would either be out in the bullpen where he may have had his catcher's bag or the back in the clubhouse.
We'll wait while they figure this out.
See something pop off that mask right there to the left of Molina. Now Molina comes back out with the more conventional style, not the hockey mask.
So Molina ready to go as they had brought back his mask apparently, or another. One out and Dustin Pedroia at first base. Napoli to left field. Does it have enough? Back goes Joyce looking up. That ball is off the wall. Pedroia racing around the bases is headed home. The throw will be late. The Red Sox win. A walk-off on Patriots Day. Mike Napoli getting it done.
Gets a split-fingered fastball that time and reaches down, and he's so strong with contact, gets it up and off that wall, and Pedroia able to score all the way from first. Dustin, knowing that ball's going to make the wall, never hesitated around the bases and has no problem scoring. The advantage of playing at Fenway Park for 81 games, you know when a ball's going to go off the wall. Pedroia coming around with the win for the Red Sox.
What a way to finish the day for the Red Sox, and Mike Napoli, among the newest members of the Red Sox, gets it done as we send it down to the field to Jenny Dell.
A great day in Boston. Patriots Day, Marathon Monday, Jackie Robinson Day. Winning this game in walk-off fashion, describe the feeling.
It's just a great day. You know, good job by Dempster today, throwing 7 solid innings and great team win.
Speaking of Dempster, out there 10 strikeouts. Starters for the Red Sox have been on point. How impressed have you been with this starting rotation?
I mean, really impressed. You know, we're going to need all those guys to get wins and keep going.
Red Sox have now won 3 out of the 4 series to start off this season. How are you going to carry this momentum going forward, going to Cleveland to face Terry Francona and the Indians?
Yeah, we're just going to take it one day at a time. You know, come out here, play hard, you know, get some good pitching defense, and just try to score enough runs.
Congratulations, Mike.
All right, thank you.
Mike Napoli with a game-winning hit. Dustin Pedroia scores, and the Red Sox win it 3-2 in walk-off fashion. Pretty good day here from the park, Tom.